A very good morning to you, my dear viewer, and welcome to the Morning Digest, a show that comes to you every Thursday morning from the studios of Elevate TV Kenya in Nairobi. And today we are going to be talking about resilience, and today we are going to be talking about never giving up in life. And the guest in the show today is a very interesting person. You'll get to know as we move along. Her name is Sande, and I sometimes prefer that the guests introduce themselves so that they can tell us what they feel free to tell us. And I want to say, as we begin this show, do not touch the dial, do not move. If possible, share with as many people as possible, because life is about pursuing your destiny. Life is about living a life that has a purpose. And as I've listened to the story of this lady, I want to say, as you listen to this story, you have every reason not to give up, because at some point she would have given up, but she chose to hold on. And so today we have Sande Collins, that's her name, and she's going to be gracing the studios today. Welcome to the show, Caroline.
Thank you so much. And life is so interesting.
Yes.
And what I can say is we have to be strong. We have to see our future, and we have to also love God.
Yeah.
Yes. So what I can say is my name is Sande. As you have said, I love God. I am saved, and I'm also a parent.
Yeah.
Yes.
A mother of how many?
A mother of 3.
All right.
Yes.
I mean, ladies love to give themselves identity with the children.
Yes, sure.
So I think that's an interesting part.
Yes.
So your story is about not giving up, hope against hope.
Yes.
And you need to tell us where it all started in terms of how you grew up, and your parents, what happened, so that now you go to the point of us having a story that we can talk about.
Yes, sure. Now, if I start from, let me start from how everything's begin.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I was at the age of 10, my parents died.
Yeah.
My father was the last one to pass on, and so everything turned around.
Did they pass on the same year, or one died?
The same year.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So after that, things were very hard. Everything turned around. You can imagine this girl, very young. You are used to be taken to school in the morning. You are used to be given like a driver to take you to school. You come home, you find each and everything that you need. There is a yogurt, there is Blue Band, everything that you want. And then just like in a year, and everything turns around, you even don't have a shoe to wear to go to school. Yeah. So my parents, after the death of my parents, I started to stay with my paternal grandmother, sorry. And so she didn't have work. She was not working. She didn't have anything like finance support. So I was around in class 5.
Yeah.
That is now when they told me, Carol, what you need to do is to go do the house help work, because now we don't have money.
Yeah.
There's no money, there's nothing, so you just need to go do something. Yeah. So that you get money. They wanted me to support them. But I said, I was very young, and I said, now, if I go to start doing like house help, how will I survive?
Yeah.
What will be me in future? So I thought about that one, and something clicked my mind. And I thought of my grandfather, I thought of my grandmother at my maternal place, and I said, I'll have to look for them. So I remember very well that early in the morning. It was at 4 a.m. I woke up as usual. Actually, this is what I did. I took my bag. I took a jerrycan of water. I placed in my bag so that my uncle should not see that maybe I'm carrying clothes, I'm running away. So I remember
you put
him.
The clothes inside, or how did
No. I actually went without anything, but with a jerrycan of water, just to make an excuse that we were told to carry water. So we are going for games. So I did that. So I passed, and then I reached somewhere called Huisero, and then I found this guy. They used to sell cows. So he recognized me. Then I told him, I'm looking for a village called Eshibinga. That is where my parents, my mother came from.
Wow.
Then he told me, I know that place. I'm passing by that place this morning. So he took me there. We walked for around 1 hour.
Let me ask you before
Yes.
you continue.
Yes.
How old were you then? You are within that age of 10, 12 years? Or
Yes, yes.
It was immediately after your parents passed on?
It was around 6 months after.
So that means you were not even 11 years old.
No.
So what was the, okay, you can continue, then I will ask. I'm just
Okay.
imagining an 11-year-old child
Yes.
thinking so quickly, but
Yes.
finish that part so that you don't forget.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
You walked for an hour.
yeah, we walked for an hour. Then he took me to that village. Then there is a name I used. I say that I want Ndakala. His name is famous. So the person we met actually knew my grandfather, so they took me to the place.
Yeah.
So when I went there, my grandmother looked at me and she cried.
Wow.
She really cried, and what they just said is, it's God's favor.
Yeah.
And then they took me to school.
Yeah.
So I schooled there up to class 8, then I went to Form 1 up to Form 4.
They took you to school.
Yes, they took me to school.
Wow.
Yes.
So now, before we move on,
Yes.
what motivated, or rather, what was the driving force in the heart of an 11-year-old to think, I cannot go work as a house help? Because we may not blame your paternal
Yes.
side, because maybe really things were bad, and they
Yes.
thought, instead of this girl sitting here and
Yes.
getting pregnant,
Yes.
let's look or just sisi wote tuteseke,
Yes.
let's send her, maybe she can be the rescue for this family.
Yes.
But for you, you are looking higher than being a house help.
Yes.
At the age of 11, what
Yes.
was the driving force?
My mother. My mother used to tell me, I'd like to see you as somebody in life. I'd like to see you working in big companies. I'd like to see you doing great in life. At that age, you know, when she was sick, she used to talk to me. So she used to tell me, make sure you finish your education.
Yeah.
That's what she told me. No matter what happens, make sure you finish your education. And you know, at that time I was the only child.
Yeah.
Yeah, my siblings died.
Yeah.
So she was like, I think she knew she was going to die, and so she used to talk to me, and she used to tell me, no matter what happens to me, make sure that you finish your school, make sure you get a job, and focus in life. That's what my mother used to tell me.
Wow. So that means, because there's always a lesson
Yes.
in everything,
Yes.
it is very important what parents tell their children.
Very important.
Even when things don't seem to be working,
Yes.
the words in themselves are powerful.
Yes.
The words that parents speak to their children,
Yes.
even when the situation seems not to work. Because from the look of things, it is the words of your mother
Yes.
that gave you the strength
Yes.
to say that I am not going to go down this road.
Yes.
What would you say about people that would call angels in disguise, people that God sends in people's lives to help them out? Because angels can also be relatives. Because for me, I'm seeing your maternal grandparents
Yes.
like angels in disguise to
Yes.
help you towards your destiny.
Yes, I have a long chain of people in my life who have really supported me. First, I'll start with the guy at that early in the morning.
What did you call him again? Oh, no, not him.
I can't even remember his name.
That place where
Yes.
you met. Okay.
Yeah. So first, I'll start with that guy.
Yes.
For him, he did something in my life. He helped me reach the place where I wanted.
Yeah.
So, so that guy was the first person in my life to show me that is the place where you want to go. Then when I went, I found my grandparents. They took me to school. After that, I came in Nairobi. When I came in Nairobi, there is a lady I met. This lady is called Pastor Rose. Pastor Rose, when I met her, one, she took me to church. And then she organized that for me to be baptized. So after that, now I think she automatically became my mother.
Yeah.
Yes. So she was the second person in my life, and I thank God because of her, and she still follows me up to today.
Yeah.
So after that, I went to Hawkers. I met Isabella. Isabella is also, she's, I think she likes seeing girls grow.
Yeah.
Isabella, I can tell you, she's the one who showed me around town.
Yeah.
She walked me around. I remember I asked her one day, where is this place called GPO? And she could tell me, are you able to see a clock? Are you able to see something? You see?
Had you been to Nairobi before?
That time?
Before Form 4, had you been to the city?
No.
Okay.
It was my first time. Yes. So for her, she made sure that actually she motivated me. She's the center manager, Hawkers Market Girls Center. So for her, I can say if someone who took me through like life, someone who made sure that I move from one step to another. You see, like for the Hawkers, she was there to say, I'm doing good. I'm actually qualified to go and do a certain course that they want a girl to do. If they need like a girl to go there, to go somewhere like to Kenya Girl Guides for the camping, she could recommend me.
All right.
You see, and I saw her very happy with my life.
Okay.
And then she motivated me. And I used to say, I would like to be like Isabella.
Wow.
Yes.
Great. And I think what I'm hearing you say is that in life, we should never take people for granted or assume people or have an attitude sometimes because God can bring people your way. And these people could actually be your destiny helpers. And how you treat them depends a lot on whether what God put inside of them gets to you. Because there are people probably who've turned away their destiny helpers. And honestly, may God bless these people for having stood with you. But now let's talk about when you came from home. Now you're done with fourth form, and then you come and you're living in Korogosho. Basically, those are slums. So I'm thinking where you came from. You know, sometimes I say even the village sometimes people don't know, but villagers have a better life sometimes than people living there in the slums. Because the life of slums is a totally different story. Those that may not have lived there may not understand. So tell us a bit about how it was you coming in the city of Nairobi, but actually you're going to live in Korogosho.
Actually, I didn't even know I was going to live in Korogosho. And I didn't even know this Nairobi. I was just excited I'm coming to Nairobi.
To the city.
Yes. So when I came, we started staying with my grandfather in Korogosho.
Now this is your paternal?
Yes, paternal.
All right.
Yes. No, my maternal, sorry. My paternal grandfather died.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So I started staying with him. And then what I can tell you, during that time, life was not easy. Being a girl, and that time I was around 18 years. Being a girl of 18 years, you go to live to slums with your grandfather. You can't even afford 100 shillings. You can't get even 100 shillings to buy, I don't know how to say it, but you can't get that money. And you need that
to
money.
buy the essentials, basically. The necessities that one cannot do without.
And
so how did you survive? Because you are a believer at that time. You had accepted Christ into your life.
So what I can say is now I decided to find out on what I can do. There is this lady, a neighbor, who took me to, first before I went to Hawkers, this lady took me to Ongoza Njia. Ongoza Njia is an organization in Huruma. It supports people. You know, I was this kind of a lady. I could go to someone and say, excuse me, do you know a place where they help young girls? Do you know a place where they help people? Now that is me. That's what I did. So I went to this lady and she told me, Karo, there is a place called Ongoza Njia. I told her, please let me go there. You know, I took myself to that place. I went to Ongoza Njia. I found there are only guys there. And then I asked someone, can I get help? They told me, what do you want to be helped with? In Ongoza Njia, I met Simon. I
like the way you mark their names.
I went to Simon. Then I told Simon, can you help me? And then he asked me, how do you want to be helped? Then I told him, I want to know what you guys are doing, and then I want to fix myself and do whatever you guys are doing. That's what I want. I want to have knowledge. I want to learn. So he told me we do computer packages. Then I told him, yes, I even don't know how that computer looks like. Can I see it? Can I try, learn what this computer thing is?
Yeah.
Then I told him, but remember, I don't have money. So are you going to sponsor me? I remember Simon just laughed and he said, just sit there, wait for me. After class, I will talk to you. Then they enrolled me for 8 months. Then I did. Then after that...
Was it a walking distance from home?
Yeah, it was a walking distance. Okay. Yes. So that's now when we started going to Hawkers Market. Like we collect onions, we collect, you know, at the Hawkers Market, it's very interesting. It's a market where the Asians, they do their shopping. Yeah. So these people there, they throw some onions, they throw some carrots, they feel that they're not okay. So for us, we collect and go sell for people 5 shillings. Yeah. And then after that...
because I don't want us to miss, because I'm sure there are people that are following.
Yes.
Between Simon and the market, who introduced you to the market? Because you didn't know Nairobi well.
I didn't know Nairobi well. I knew Nairobi... it was through Ongozanjia. They knew about...
Of the same foundation?
Yes, of the same foundation. They knew about the Hawkers Market Girls Center. So after I did my computer lessons, and then they took me to... When I told them, I normally go to Hawkers Market to do some... I collect some onions, some carrots, come and sell. Then they told me there is an organization there.
Ah, okay. Now hold it there. Yes. So now you're at the point where you're collecting onions now to go and resell.
Yes. Then I met Sharifa.
Okay.
Then she was like, Carol. Not even Carol. She just told me, her young lady, how are you? What are you doing? Then I told her, I know I used to, then I said, oh my God, a white lady is talking to me. You see, you know how you can be excited as a young girl. Yeah. Then I told her, I just introduced myself, and then I told her this is what I do for a living, because now I don't have like money.
A better option.
I don't. Yes, because you know, as a girl, there are many options.
Yes,
you can choose to just move around. Yes, have some men. Yeah, and you can choose to follow the right path, so that what I can say is you can choose to follow the right path and then progress in life.
That's right.
Yes.
But you opted now to follow this path of working hard.
Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting.
Yes.
One of the things I'm picking from your story, and I'm sure for those that are watching, whether young or old, one of the things you're getting from Caroline's story is the fact that she did not just sit back and say, oh, you know, my parents died, I'm an orphan, my grandpa is old, he's just doing some kibarua, we cannot, you know, what can I do? You did not get into a pity party. Yes. And if you look at Caroline's story, it's a story of never giving up. Many times people wake up and they just sit there doing nothing, and some are really young, way younger than you are. Yes. And so it's a lesson to us that in life, we must ask ourselves, like God says, show me what is in your hand that I may bless it. Yes. And I feel as we continue with this discussion, you are telling God, God, this is at the moment, what I have in my hand, may you bless it. And no wonder God kept blessing you. Yes. So you met this lady, and in between meeting her, you're still selling your onions and your carrots. Yes. And for your information, these are not like the best, but whoever you're going to sell to, you're not selling to them bad products, but you're selling to them the best you can afford at that point. Yes. So how was business at that time?
It didn't go for long. Yeah. Yes, I can tell you it didn't go for long. Yeah. Because when I met, we were getting like small money. You know, for me, I could get 50 shillings and I was very excited. Wow. Yes.
Because you could put food on the table.
Yeah. And actually my grandfather was doing the electrical job. Yeah. So he used to go to Parklands, do some kibara, then come home. Our rent was 1,000 shillings. Yeah. So we could not hustle. Wow. So after we can pay rent, then there is food. We eat. Our food actually was ugali, skuma. You know skuma chemsha? Yes. Yeah.
No oil, no...
No. We can't afford oil. Oh my goodness. Yes. So our food was ugali, skuma chemsha. If we can change the diet, cabbage. And wow. Our neighbor, I remember my neighbor, her name was Wambo. She used to fry some food and I could hear the smell and I say, oh my God, when I grow up. Aki. Yes. Wow. So that's how we used to survive.
But you were happy, your heart was at peace.
Yes.
But as you focused. and
Yes,
you
for
thought,
me, I focused. For me, I just focused and I said, one day I'll make it in life.
Amen.
That's what I said.
Yes.
And I think also church motivated me because I was strong in church.
Yeah.
I've been an usher and I'm still an usher.
Yeah.
So I was very strong in church and I maintained, I think, what can I say? How can I bring it out? I think I just maintained my me.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I mean, as much as the Lord kept lifting you,
Yes.
it did not draw you away from his presence.
No.
And that says something. Many times when God lifts us, we tend to get too busy for him.
Yes.
And I think that's a lesson that no matter how far God takes you, no
Yes.
matter how much he raises you,
Yes.
you should never get too busy for God.
Yes.
And you've made me remember King David.
Yes.
King David said when the wife looked at him, when he danced before God until his clothes fell down.
Yes.
We don't know what remained, because when the Bible says the clothes fell,
Yes.
probably there was a level of indignity, according to her.
Yes.
And she says, how can a whole king, whatever,
Yeah.
the clothes fell, how can you,
Yes.
lose dignity, disrespect yourself
Yes.
before your handmaids?
Yes.
And I like what David said in the Bible. I think that's one of the things that any person that God lifts should read and learn something.
Yes.
He said, it was before God who brought me from the fields,
Yes.
from tending sheep,
Yes.
that I was dancing.
Yes.
And I will continue dancing before him.
Yes.
So I think I love your attitude in the sense that no matter how much God lifts you,
Yes.
you should stay humble.
Yes.
In fact, someone said the more you're lifted, the more you should go down.
Yes.
Because the likelihood of you falling
Yes.
is much higher.
Yes.
And you will tell us that later, I mean, looking at where God took you
Yes.
and where God is taking you places.
Yes.
So tell us about the Hawkers Market Girls Center. How was it that you connected with this lady?
Yes.
Because like we said many times, people say, hii kazi mi siwezi fanya.
Yes.
Not knowing it is through hii kazi
Yes.
that God has strategically placed somebody
Yes.
that will take you to your next level. How did you meet this lady?
Okay, so I met Sharifa in Hawkers Market Girls Center. That was in 2009, December.
Yeah.
So when I met her, she asked me some questions to tell her about myself. Then I told her, and for her work is to help young girls.
Yeah.
Actually, she has been helping young girls in Hawkers Market Girls Center. And when she heard about my story, she just took me in.
Yeah.
And then introduced me to Isabella. And then they told me, we do everything. And for me, I didn't choose. We could do briquettes. We could do...
What are briquettes? The charcoal?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. So we could do briquettes, we could do computers, we could do accounting. People could come from various organizations to come and teach us some things to do. And then after that, after 1 year, a chance came in Revlon. Then they wanted someone to go and study hairdressing.
All right.
So Isabella looked around, and I remember her telling me, Caro, I think you are going to do the hairdressing.
Right.
I could not say no, because now, I was looking for my future. I was looking for something that could make me keep going.
Yes.
And when she told me I was going to do hairdressing
In this
Revlon,
big company, which most young people love. Yeah.
And you know what clicked my mind? When we go to Hawkers, we are given food.
Yes.
So I was wondering, now where am I going to get this food
from?
Yes. So that was my biggest worry.
Yeah.
And where am I going to get bus fare?
Yeah.
So I could not tell Isabella no.
No. Yeah.
And
I like that.
Yes.
You don't give the enemy a chance to steal away your dream because of excuses.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I thought about it, and I told her, yes, of course I will be going. So
but deep down in your heart, you're like, God, you know where this fare will come from.
Yes.
Yeah.
So at first, when I was after I think a month, then I went to Revlon.
All right.
Then I met Killen. You see, people are meeting in my life.
Yes.
So I met Killen. So Killen was the manager of Revlon.
Yeah.
So when I met Killen, I told her, I'm supposed to join, I'm supposed to join this college, but I don't know how I'll make it to the end.
Kuna venye mambo si rahisi.
Yes.
Yeah.
At first, mjua she could not entertain or comment or say something. So akaniambia, take it if you want, leave it if you don't want.
Wow.
Then I told her, I'm taking it.
Wow.
So I went home and I told myself, now, I don't have fare, what will I do? So I told my grandfather, I'll be going to town every day for 1 year.
Yeah.
But I don't have fare.
Yeah.
So my grandfather told me, now this one, how will we work it out? I told him, don't worry. You just provide food.
Wow.
I will work it out.
So how did you get transport?
I walked from Gorogocho to town.
For how long?
That one was for around 6 months. Every day.
You walked?
Yes. I used
for 6 months?
Yes. I used to leave Gorogocho at 5 a.m. Then the college was up to 4. Then from 4, then I start going home.
Did you have lunch?
No. Where? Who will give me that lunch?
Just oh my goodness. I'm telling you, if you have a reason to give up, you're not going to find it in this show today. 6 months someone walks from Korogosho slums to town because she got an opportunity that she did not want to give up.
Yes.
How many times do people give up because of very flimsy reasons?
Yes.
I mean, we are grateful to those that are watching us from out there. I mean, Frida Simon is saying, focus, never give up. Thank you, Frida, for watching. Joe Alando says, humble beginnings prepare us for greatness. Well done, Caroline. David Malombe says, do away with excuses if you're going to make it in life, if you're going to make moves in life.
Yes.
Another person says, the way she's remembering names is a clear sign of gratitude, and I agree with that 100%. We should never, ever forget our destiny helpers. And so, you know, I was just appreciating the people that are watching us from social media. Another one says, serving God faithfully pays, definitely. Now, you left me, you know, Kenyans like to say, uliniacha pale kwa. So you left me at working from Korogosho every day for 6 months and no lunch.
Yes.
It's one thing when you're fasting and seeking God. It's another thing when you're staying hungry because you cannot afford. How are you even able? Maybe you can mention that very shortly as you go on break. How did you survive that hunger? The shoes are wearing off every, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now what I can tell you is when I was in school, there is a place where we used to go for lunch.
Yeah.
So I could go there. Then I met a friend. Her name was Frida. She was now my friend in Revlon.
Yes.
So she noted that I don't eat lunch.
Oh my.
So she asked me, Caro, now you don't eat lunch, and you know about hairdressing, you need to stand the whole day.
Yes.
So she used to share a little lunch with me.
Wow.
And I didn't tell her I'm working. I go home footing and I come back the same.
Wow.
So that's now how I used to survive. She used to give me lunch, but somebody came in Hawkers. When I went there, I told Isabella I can't make it anymore.
Yeah.
There is this lady called Iris.
Yes.
Iris came and she offered to give me 3,000 shillings every month.
Hey, may God bless her.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still remember Iris.
Yeah.
And I remember how I cried. And I told God, God, you never forget your people.
You never.
You never let your people down.
Yes.
3,000 shillings. And I've never seen like
heaven opened up for you.
Yeah. And you know, for me, touching that 1,000 shilling was like a miracle.
Yes.
And then she gave me 3,000 shillings and I was very excited, and I told God, 3,000 shillings, this one, it's 100 shillings every day.
And you're sorted.
And I'm sorted.
Thank God. Those are called destiny helpers.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful to God on your behalf for the people that God sent your way.
Yes.
Because it is a big lesson to the world, and especially because we only live once.
Yes.
And the life you live can never be repeated.
Sure.
And some people have lost their path because of giving up and deciding to choose the easy way.
Yes.
There's someone here that's saying, Talia,
yes,
that's my auntie.
Yes.
And she's sending some beautiful emojis there for you. Colin says, Caroline's determination is of another level. I can confirm this is Colin's, Shitsava, you
My
know who that
husband.
is. Yes, thank you. Thank you for watching and giving us that support. And of course, let me say this one before we go on break, quite encouraging. Caro, you are a go-getter and you are going places. You definitely have a big fan base, I'm telling you. So when we come back, viewers, we will be talking about the next level, because Caroline did not just stop at Revlon. She kept going and she's still going. And that is the reason why you need to share the link and tell somebody young out there, and even someone in their middle ages or in their sunset years. It's never too late. There are people that have achieved their dreams when they're in their 70s, in their 60s. So it's not about age. So please share the link and we'll come back right after the break.
There is no town, there is no city, there is no nation without fathers.
They went before us and set the stage of what we see in the gospel today.
It's immediately when I got saved. Wow. The Lord placed in my heart passion for souls.
They fought the battles and prepared the way.
They were told this miracle worker is here from Kenya. He has troubled so many churches in Kenya. Troubled. Be careful. Others said he's a false prophet, but the sick did not listen to that. They needed it.
What did they do that we are not doing?
We believed the word of God that it is true. I believe the word of God that by his stripes I was healed.
Do not fear, for you will not be ashamed.
The gospel then and the gospel now.
God says, do not be dismayed.
We didn't have the technical gospel that people have today. If you believe, bow your head, raise your hand, come forward. No. No. People just stood up and began to repent by themselves.
Wow.
Others crying on the floor, saying, save me, save me, save me.
Oh, Jesus.
Tracing the mantles.
Welcome back. This is the Morning Digest from Elevate TV Kenya, and today we have an interesting discussion with our guest Caroline Sande Collins, and we are talking about resilience, a story of hope against hope. And for those of you that may have tuned in a few minutes ago, Caroline has told us about her tough journey of being an orphan and having to, find her way through thick and thin. But for some very interesting reasons, God sent very key people in her life, including her paternal grandpa and her maternal grandparents, and they really helped her along the journey of life. And we said that in this life, it is good to treat people well, because those people may be the people that God has sent your way to help you achieve your next goal. And again, we've agreed and said in our discussion that do not despise humble beginnings. I think you just need to watch this show later and know what we are talking about, just in case you missed the first part of it. And so, welcome back to the show, Caroline.
Thank you.
And now we are talking about having worked for 6 months and the Lord sent somebody to help you, and now things are beginning to look up.
Yes.
There's something I would like you to address.
Yes.
Did you work in the hairdressing, or rather, let me call it beauty industry, for some time after the training?
Yes, after the training, I started working somewhere in Kenwood. Actually, I worked as a baba girl. So when I was doing... Yes!
Wow!
So I started working as a baba girl, and I remember my employer used to pay me a month. My first salary was 6,000. You can
that
feel...
was like a breath of fresh air from above.
I tell you.
Yeah.
It was so exciting. So I felt very happy to get this 6,000 shillings, and I went and told my grandfather, I have a job, I'm working.
Wow. And before, because I don't want to forget, and sometimes maybe if you get some clients, some good clients who want to tip you, and you do your job well, they could tip you besides the salary.
Yes.
So you went to your grandpa.
Yes, I went to my grandpa. And before I talk about my job, I had forgotten something about Killen.
Yeah.
Killen came to me later and told me, Caro, I can feel you have a problem somewhere.
Wow.
Are you okay?
Wow.
So I took a moment with Killen in Revlon. Then I told her everything. So she used to bring me lunch.
Oh my goodness.
So I got fare, then I got lunch.
You know, there's something I'm learning from this. If you're a boss,
Yes.
you need to be in touch with your people.
Yes.
Because somebody may be suffering in your midst and you have no idea.
Yes.
And maybe people are throwing food, you know, and someone is actually just suffering in your midst. So I feel what you've just said has helped me realize,
Yes.
and maybe this is a lesson for all of us.
Yes.
If you're a boss, be very close. Not too close, of course, you know
Yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
But be sensitive to the people you're working with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, and
So
also find out what they are going through.
Yeah.
Someone might be very stressed up, and you without reaching out, you may not know about it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
So when I was working as a Baba girl, we were there. So I decided to go back to school. So I went to Revlon.
In the middle of...
Games, yes, in the middle of working, and then I decided now I should go to school.
Okay.
And what made me go to school was I had applied a job
Okay.
at Safaricom, and then they said I don't have papers. The papers that I have cannot qualify me, and then I was also underage at
Okay.
that time. They were taking people from around 25 years, I think so.
And you were not yet 25.
Yes, I was not yet 25. So when I went to school, actually, Killen is the one who encouraged me to go to school, and Sharifa Keshavji,
Yeah.
the owner, the founder of our Hawkers Market Girls Center,
Yeah.
they were very excited, so they took me to school. So when I went to school, for Kim it was around 2 years. Even before I left the Baba job, then I started doing like freelance. I could go to people's houses. I remember I used to go to, there is a lady called Susan. I call her Mama Sasha. This lady, let me just tell you something about her.
Yeah.
She really trusted me with her hair. I could do funny things on her head.
Wow.
And she trusted me. She just told me, you, Caro, do whatever you can do.
Yeah.
I remember I used to go to her office in Mpisha. So I could do some sort of hairdressing. I was learning to plait the hair, and then she can stay with the hair for a month, and then I said, wow, this lady, what's wrong with her? Those things. But she was so motivated. She motivated me.
Yeah.
And she also used to call me at her home to go do her kids' hair, and that's how I used now to get some money to finance myself.
So that you continue with school.
Yeah, so
for the management course you did, you completely financed yourself.
No, Sharifa paid a little of the money,
Yeah.
and then I also paid a little of the money.
All right.
Yes.
You know, I'm just getting so much encouraged on behalf of people out there, because from working to not having 100 bob per day,
Yes.
to getting yourself through by God's divine intervention,
Yes.
hairdressing school,
Yes.
and now you're here deciding whether you're going to go to work or not, and
Yes.
finally
Yes.
you're registered for a course, a diploma in management.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
So now when you are done, you don't get this job the first time.
Yes.
So how many times did you apply?
I applied around 3 times. The third time, the diploma I did, the diploma I did in Kim, this one I got married, and I started doing the diploma.
All right.
The one for the Sharifa, I did it in Graffin's College.
Ah, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So are you talking of 2 diplomas? 'Cause
yes.
we need to understand.
Yeah, 2 diplomas. So the one for Graffin's College, then this one is for the Kim. The one for the Kim also, there is a lady who also motivated me. I can't stop talking about her. Mary Washuka. You know Mary Washuka?
Yes, I do.
Yes. For her, she just told me, you have to keep going.
Yeah.
Focus.
Yeah.
Mary Washuka is my mentor.
Wow.
Yeah, so she told me, focus. Just know what you want,
Yeah.
and work hard for it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So after that,
Before Kim, now you met your Prince Charming, and
Yeah, I met, before Kim, I met my Prince Charming. And then we got married in 2012.
All right.
So people were scared about age. They were saying, you are too young, you can't get married, because I was only 21 years.
You got married when you were 21?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes. And so...
But I think you had already lived the life of a 40-year-old by the things you went through, and the Lord just remembered you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I said, I'm the one who have decided to get married.
Yeah.
Let me just get married.
Yeah.
Yes. So I got married, we got our first child, we got our second child, now we have 3.
Yeah. We
Yes.
thank God for that.
And all I can say, I'm happy.
Amen.
Yes.
We bless the Lord.
Yes.
So let's talk about after the second diploma, you've gotten married, you have your children.
Yes.
Now, after you applied, at what point now did you join your current employer?
I joined Safaricom in 2017, August. Yes. That is when I joined Safaricom. And then we were going to work in Eldoret.
Yeah.
So I felt like now, by that time I had 2 kids. So I talked to my husband and I told him, now I'm supposed to go to Eldoret. What do you think about this?
Yeah.
Then he said, sure, why
I'll
not?
take care of the children.
Yes.
Wow.
And he took care of the children while I was on training.
Yeah.
And then after the training, this is what I told God. You have a reason. You have a reason in my life. Every step in my life, you have a reason. Now that I'm in Eldoret, my family is in Nairobi, what do you think about me? I used to pray. I remember I used to talk to Pastor Joe, I used to talk to Bishop, I used to talk to my friends, Evelyn, Olivia, Diana, Chris. I used to talk to them. I used to tell them, now, what will happen to me? Then they used to tell me, focus, move on, go for it. That's what they used to tell me.
Wow.
And then I just said, I'll pray until I come back.
The power of prayer.
Yes. I really prayed. I remember there is a Nelson, there is a song Nelson sang. I used to sing that song every morning. I used to put it on phone, on YouTube, just to listen to it.
What does the song say, out of curiosity?
I believe.
Okay.
Yes. So I prayed.
You believed.
And I believed. And then one day, we just decided with my husband, now you just need to relocate to Eldoret, because now, no hope.
Yeah.
I can tell you the day I paid the rent so that we go to a bigger house and relocate. It's the same day I was called with my manager.
Wow.
My manager was Victor, and Victor was, by that time, he was like a father to me that time.
Yeah.
He could see how I was sad because I'm
You're
away
not
from
with your family.
Yes. But there is this lady, but she passed on, Julia.
Yeah.
She told me, Carol, you need to look for someone you can swap with and go back to your family in Nairobi. I felt so happy.
Yeah.
So I came back in Nairobi, and when I came back in Nairobi, still in Safaricom, I got a manager, my current manager. She's just perfect.
Wow.
And she's someone who listens.
Yeah.
She's someone who can encourage you. She's someone who can make you aim higher.
Yeah.
And then I came and met another lady. Her name is Regina.
Yeah.
For the Regina now, she's the one who told me last year that, Carol, before the end of December, I'd like you to come and give me a report. How far have you gone in university?
Wow. Before,
yes.
Before we talk about university,
Okay.
there's something I wanted you to address.
Yes.
Because now, as we talk about university, that's on a different level, looking at all where we've come from.
Yes.
Tell someone that it is possible in this country, and especially the young generation, to get a job in an organization where you don't know anyone.
Sure, you can get. What you need to do is apply. For me, I used to apply. They tell me, no, I apply again. They said no, I apply again. Until the last application I did it, it was at around 11. And I remember it's my husband who told me apply
11 p.m.
Yes, he told me apply for this job. And I told him no, they can't see me. You see, this is
We have millions of Kenyans applying.
yeah,
So
and I've tried this several and I'm not qualifying for this. So
Yeah.
I'm not doing it.
yes,
He told me do it.
yes,
And then I did it.
yeah.
So, you know, for him, he was shocked when I told him there is a message I've received on my phone. Actually, I'm being called for an interview.
Wow.
And then I went for the interview. Then I received another message. I will be going for
A second-
oral. Yes, a second interview. Hey, then I said, this is a step.
Yes.
So,
You're almost not believing.
yes, I remember the HR asked me, what can you, any feedback that you want to give us? And I was bold enough to tell the HR, are you this time going to employ me?
I like that. The violent take it by force.
Yes, and they asked me why. I told them this is my 4th time I'm applying.
my Lord.
So, are you going to employ me or not? Just tell me here,
Now,
I go home.
nijue tu, niende home nikijua.
Yes.
So what did you tell them?
For them, they just laughed and then they told me, I remember the person who did the interview for me, they just laughed and then they told me, go look for good conduct.
Oh my goodness.
So I left that
This is
place.
encouraging.
Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, the reason why I stopped you at some point
Yes.
is because there's a culture among Kenyans today, and
Yes.
especially the young people,
Yes.
feel so disillusioned that hata apply,
Yes.
nobody will respond.
Yes.
It would be just thrown in the dustbin. But here we have a story of a lady
Yes.
that applied in an organization that only few people dream of ever working in.
Yes.
And the Lord answered the prayer and you got the job.
And remember, at that time, I didn't even have
Your transcripts.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
I only used the year 1 transcript. I didn't have the certificate at that time. So
You had no relevant certification for the job that you had applied for.
I had only transcript. I had
Yes.
not graduated.
Yes.
So they asked me, now, how can we help you? So I told them I can go to school, ask for a letter. They write for me a letter, then you employ me.
Wow.
What's the problem with that? Then, you know, they looked at me and
I
they
love your
said,
boldness. I love your boldness. It's on another level, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can mentor a lot of young people
Yeah,
to
sure.
believe that you don't have to wait for your tall relative somewhere
No.
before you get a job.
You apply. You think like you want to work in an organization. You know the name of the organization. Keep on checking on their website. Check what they are offering. Networking. Also go through the people that are employed there. Find out what have they done. You know, for me, even today, I always ask someone, what did you study? So that I know in her position or in his position, you're supposed to study this kind of, you need to have this kind of knowledge.
Yes.
So just go through the portals, go through what people do, find out what they've learned. Like right now, technology is good. There is a LinkedIn. LinkedIn, you can open a profile of someone, you can see what these people did, what they've done, and then you find out for you to reach at this position.
What do I need?
What do I need? So that is something that we are supposed to focus on.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm hearing you say, if someone has a dream, equip yourself.
Yes.
Don't just sit there and say, oh, I hope Mungu atanikumbuka. The Lord will remember you. For the Lord to remember you, you must be doing
Work
something.
hard also.
You must get out there and
Yes.
fish if you want fish.
Yes.
Then the Lord will direct the fish to your net.
Yeah, especially ladies. Not
Yes.
for the ladies, what I can say, let us not, I normally say, let us not blanket ourselves for long.
Yeah.
Yeah, just get out of your blanket.
Yeah.
Focus. Find out what you want to do. Yes, you might not have papers, but
Yeah.
what can you do? You can sell cloth, you can sell like mboga, you can have your own money. You don't need to wait for your husband to come and buy matchbox for you. Yeah.
Can you imagine? Wow. I believe you're being blessed just as I am, honestly speaking.
Yes.
I mean, let me appreciate that was really funny. Waiting to kununuliwa matchbox. You can do something, you know.
Yes.
There's something God has put in you, every one of us, male or female, that can put food on the table. Wow. So someone says, yes, Mary Washuka, one of the people that you recognized here, is an awesome soul. May God bless her. Another one says that you can achieve your goals even in your sunset years. That is Purity. Pastor Purity says you can achieve your goals even in your sunset years. And definitely there is no retreat if you're set to achieve your goals. Would you have ever thought, and as we, in the few remaining minutes, would you have ever thought that one day, as you are walking down the road from Korogocho, when ndio huyo umepita Huruma, when ndio huyo umepita Pangani, I don't know, the next place, Kariakoo, and you look for all the shortcuts to walk to town, that one day you would be a customer experience executive at Safaricom? Because for me, that has been the most encouraging part of your story.
At the first thing I can say maybe is at that time, I didn't think about that because as much as I was trying, there is a point I got tired.
Yes.
There is a point I said maybe I could just find some little stuffs and do, maybe I could go do house help jobs.
Because you're human, really.
There is a point I was almost giving up. And, but I think I just sat down and said, I activated myself.
Yeah.
I said, focus. Focus, Carol.
I like
just
that.
Focus.
I think if I was to describe you in one word, I would say focus.
Yes. I just said, I'm going to aim higher.
Yeah.
And I was this kind of a person. I see a lady dressed well. I see a lady on television. That time we didn't have television. I used to go to my neighbors to watch the television.
Yeah,
so
I can imagine.
Could go there, listen to news, listen to ladies talking on television.
Yeah.
And I could say, one day, I'll dress like those ladies.
Yes.
Then I used to
So
say...
you saw it before it became a reality.
Yes. So I could even say, when you call like Safaricom, you hear mteja wa nambari, then
Uliopiga.
Yes. Then you also call you call Safaricom, you speak to those ladies.
Wow.
You feel nice. So I said, one day I'll want people to talk about me. Waseme Karo wa Safaricom.
Yes.
And you see, actually it happened.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is happening.
Yes.
You're living in that day to day.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
King David said in Psalms, either 61 or 63, he says that, hear my cry, O Lord, attend unto my prayer.
Yes.
From the ends of the earth will I cry unto you.
Yes.
And when my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I.
Yes.
And that is one of my favorite scriptures. And the reason is because you talked of at some point almost feeling like, I'm going to give up, Lord. I've prayed, I've waited, I've talked to the people I know that I could talk to, but things seem not to be working.
Yes.
And I think this is a word to everybody out there, that even when you feel overwhelmed, ask the Lord to lead you. And because it's Him, He's the rock, we need to stand on that rock.
Yes.
How was it on the day you reported, day one?
Day one.
Yeah, this is an answered prayer. This is a dream. Other people, for them, it was just a phone call from Uncle so-and-so na wanaingia job. For you, on your knees, tears, and here you are. The Lord has answered it.
That one, let me just tell you, I was so excited. Even for the training, I was so excited because I went there, we sat down, and I remember we just took photos.
Wow.
With our friends. We just took photos, all the whole day we took photos. That was the only thing we could do that time.
Wow.
Because now, I could not imagine.
You, Carol.
Yes. Working with Safaricom.
Yes.
How? How did it happen?
When did it even start?
Yeah, even friends asked me, how did you make it? I told them it's the Lord.
Amen.
It's
Amen.
only God who did that.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I didn't need someone to help me. Of course, you see, there is a time Pastor tried, and then it didn't go through.
Yeah.
But now this time, it was just God.
And for sure, God receives the glory.
Yes.
And that is why I still insist, you can get a job in Kenya
Yes.
without knowing
Yes.
someone
Yes.
in that organization.
Yes.
The Lord can use people, we don't deny that, but that should not be your main thing.
Yes.
Your main thing should be let God use that person.
Yes.
But that person should not be, if this one doesn't help me, then I don't know what to do.
Yes.
And so now you've been dealing with customers, you've been dealing with clients.
Yes.
How long have you worked for, Safaricom?
I've worked with Safaricom since 2017. Now we are going to 5 years. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, so apart from that, there is also some work I do with the market development.
all right.
Yes, so that one I had mentioned. I met Regina. Regina is my coach
Yeah.
at Safaricom.
All right.
So she's taking me through achieving your goals.
Amen.
So the first thing she did was to tell me to go back to school.
Awesome. Awesome.
So as I was telling you, she told me by the end of 2020 December, she needs a report.
Okay.
And this report should be how far
Your progress.
with the university. And remember, I had not even joined. So I wondered, how am I going to make it to university by December? How?
All things are possible to them that believe.
So what I did, I just went and applied.
You enrolled, eh?
Yes, I
So
enrolled.
what are you pursuing currently?
I'm doing a degree in business management.
All right.
Yes.
And after that, I'm sure as the Lord leads you, you will aim for higher grounds.
I'm aiming higher. In fact, I know I'll be, I don't know, but I know I'll be somewhere.
I think we should just say, watch this space for the glory
Just
of God.
watch it, yeah.
Yes.
What God is doing in my life,
Yes.
I think it's something that I can't even explain.
Wow.
And things are just moving so fast.
Wow.
Yes.
And I believe the scripture that says the steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord.
Yes.
Even from all the pain of losing your parents and all, it may not have seemed like the Lord was in it, but somehow today your life is an inspiration to so many young
Yes.
girls.
I even said, if my parents were alive, I could not have met my husband.
By the way.
Yes.
Why though?
Because my parents we used to stay in Kisumu. So I could not have met my husband because I could maybe Nairobi, I could have come when I'm already married. I have, you see.
Even though I believe God has a way of just shifting. Hata kama ako China, God would somehow make him come to you.
And there is a reason for everything.
Yeah, sure, sure.
That's what I say.
Definitely.
And I can tell any orphan outside there, because your parents are no more, it's not a weapon of tears.
That's right.
You should
that's
not cry. Every day you are crying, I'm an orphan, my parents died. Yes, they died, but they did a good job.
And God did not die.
Yes.
God is there.
Yes, and this was my title. My parents gave birth to me. That was their mission accomplished.
Yeah.
So why will I keep on crying because
Pity party.
No, I don't do that.
Wow.
And I even tell, if I meet any orphan outside there, I normally tell them, don't cry because your parents died.
Yeah.
They died for a reason. They died to make you strong in life.
And so you need to wake up.
Yes, to wake up and do something and become who you want to be.
All right.
Yes.
Awesome. As we bring this to an end, do you feel you're walking in your purpose?
Yeah, for me, I'm very happy where I am.
Yes.
Because actually, if you listen to my story, where I've come from and where I am right now,
Yeah.
I'm so excited with my life and I'm very happy with my life. And I know I'm aiming higher.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I cannot say that I'm not comfortable. I'm very comfortable. And I like talking to people when they call us, when they talk to us, when I meet them. And I hear what they want. They want help. Some are frustrated. And I feel good. Yes.
Awesome. May the Lord bless you so much. And obviously you need to give a parting shot to the audience out there and just inspire them with whatever words you'd like to use. Whether young, old, any age bracket, feel free to just inspire somebody.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, what I can tell, like young ladies, we'll start with the young ladies outside there. Focus. You should know what you want. You should work hard. You should maintain your strength in the Lord. You should also go to school. Make sure if if there is an opportunity of going to school, you go to school. Actually, I can tell those who are still young and they want help, Hawkers Market Girls Center is still there. It's still there. It's still helping girls. It's still making sure that the girls achieve their dreams. So you can go there in Parklands, and then you never know. You never know your future.
That's right.
Yeah, that is now for the young girls. For the young women, I'll tell the young women to make sure that they do something in life.
Yes.
Don't just sit there, blanket yourself, start crying, start saying that things are never good for you, life is not good for you. No, just wake up, grow yourself, and find something to do.
Great.
Just ensure you are doing something, and just make sure you love the Lord.
Wow. We have to bring this to a close. Or there's one more group you had a word for in
the
20
mothers.
seconds. Okay, in 20 seconds.
Okay, for the mothers, I will tell the mothers that encourage the young ladies, encourage the young men.
Yes.
The young girls, and make sure that whatever you reach them out. If for me, I used to reach them.
Yes.
I come and ask you, can you help me? Like for Mary Washoka, I just asked her, can you be my mentor?
Wow.
That's what I did.
Wow.
So we can reach these young girls, we can talk to them, at least you can bring out somebody.
The good in them.
Yes.
Thank you. I mean, you're lauded, and just think one day of writing a book, because your story in itself is a book.
Yeah.
We do appreciate that you've been following us, and truly speaking, the comments have been coming, and we do thank you for the support. And I cannot fail to just read one or two comments here that definitely are a blessing. All of them are a blessing, but Frida here says, I think I'd not read her comment, I'm really inspired. Joe says, question to Carol. I think that one you can answer later. Do you get opportunities to go back? I think she's answered that as she was talking about the Hawkers Market. Someone here says, this is a powerful statement. The parent did their mission to bring you on earth. And we can go on and on. May God bless you all for watching. I'm sure you have been so blessed. Share the link to those that have not, heard it. Otherwise, may the Lord bless you. It's been nice to have you, Carol.
Thank
and
you.
We believe another time, the Lord providing an opportunity, we can come and talk about customer service. Otherwise, God bless you until we meet again next week on Thursday, same time, same place. I've been your host, Ann David.